We got to dig through the fucking trenches. We got to crawl through the fucking glass and rocks and fucking shards of life.
Never, never, never die. 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 Never die.
All right. This is the Angry Dad. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And before we get into today's podcast, I'd like to thank my podcast sponsors, Everyday Fit Life. Look, a simple way to build habits, an easy to step, 1 2 3, follow the plan. You know what I'm saying? Eat what you like, eat in the portions that you need to eat, learn to develop the habits you need to lose weight, feel great, and even gain muscle. You know what I'm saying? The easiest way to get in shape, you don't even have to work out. You just got to follow the meal plan and it'll get you to where you want to go. And you can easily do this with Everyday Fit Life. They have a 30-day, 60-day, and a 90-day plan. You purchase it, you have it, it's yours for life. And guess what? If you ever fall off, you just start over again. It's that simple. And each plan comes with a workout that correlates to help promote faster muscle growth, weight loss, all that good shit. And you can easily get this at Everyday Fit Life. You can get 20% off with my code. Everything is in the notes. Please check it out. I appreciate it. All right, let's get into today's show. You know, one of those things that people have a hard time with is understanding that they're no longer who they were. Who you were and who you was in the past is in the past. We all grow. We all change. We all adapt to our new lives. You know what I'm saying? In the present, we have a perspective of who we want to be and who we should be. But we develop as people. You know what I'm saying? If you remember the past, if you dwell in the past, you stay in the past. You'll never get past that person who you was. The person you want to be is in the future. And you have to work towards that. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have slips. You're going to have falls. But the thing is you need to understand, as long as you learn from these mistakes, as long as you grow and you develop and you just keep changing, you're going to become the person you want to become. You're going to become the person you need to become. You know, we all have failures in life, but the biggest thing is learning for those failures. You know, I was never a present dad when my kids were growing up because I thought I just needed to work. I thought I just needed to push forward. I just thought I needed to struggle in these moments and times to provide. Or you know what I'm saying? I was very disconnected from my family. Very disconnected because I spent more time at work than I did at home. Not knowing that's what was hurting me. I just had this idea, I had this notion, I had this thought that I needed to be this great provider. But what I really needed to provide was my time and energy with my family. Not prioritize my work. Look, we all have to make money. We all have to do what we have to do. But the thing is that's not what's valuable. When you're younger, money's one of the most important things in our lives. But time, being present, enjoying the moment is something you have to learn to enjoy. You have to learn to love. You have to learn that's what you need. At least from my perspective, from where I come from in this motion in life. You know what I'm saying? I prioritize something that wasn't important. It is important, but it's not the highest thing on my list now. All right. I do my job. I do show up to work. I do put in the effort. But the thing is my time is more productively spent with my family. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like I said, I just didn't become who I became because I was like this the whole time. It's like, no, I've had the mistakes. I've had the failures. I've gone through the divorces. I've gone through the things and learned what I want, what I don't want, what I like, what I don't like. And you have to go through that through trial and error. There's a lot of trial and error through life. But the thing is if you keep trying to live in the past, you keep dwelling on the past, if you keep putting this emphasis on this is who I was and not this is who I'm going to be, it's going to fuck you up. It's going to put you in a position that you don't want to be in your life. You know what I'm saying? You're putting all this negative energy, all this negative time, all this negative force in your life because you keep dwelling on what was. You need to fucking start putting the focus on what's going to be, what I'm going to grow, what I'm going to be, what I'm going to change, what I'm going to learn. We all like have these moments and times where we learn these lessons, but the lessons need to be learned and absorbed and pulled in. You know what I'm saying? It's the nutrition in life. You know, like I said, we all learn and absorb these lessons differently and different speeds and different rates. But once you have that aha moment, once you have that like that epiphany, once you had that mindset change on what things need to be and how you need to be and how you need to conduct yourself and what's really important in your life. Once you have that come to Jesus moment, you can step back and be like, "Oh, this is how I want everything to be. I want my happiness. I want this to be the priority in my life." When you make that priority, when you have that moment, it's this light bulb moment is like, oh, I don't need to stress, I don't need to push, I don't need to do these things that are fucking me up. Because we all fall into patterns. You know what I'm saying? We all fall into these things of like, this is less comfortable or this is more comfortable. This is the easiest path if I just follow this line. But you need to understand that, being in that path of uncomfortability, it's going to put you into the path of what you want the most. Like we have to learn these lessons. We have to deal with our lives. We have to go through these stresses. We have to go through these traumas. We have to go through these trials and tribulations in our life to learn to develop into the person we want to be. Like I said, you can only evolve by actually stepping forward and moving forward and slipping and falling and making these fucking mistakes. That's just the path of life. And understand that you're not the only one going through it. We all have to go through it. We all have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have it easier than others, and some of us, we got to dig through the fucking trenches. We got to crawl through the fucking glass and rocks and fucking shards of life, getting cut up the entire fucking time. But we build that callus and we learn to deal. We learn to live. We learn to go through it. But that's our path, and we have to follow it. We have to push through, push forward, and really make life fucking happen. If I was always worried and concerned about everything that I did, I would never got as far as I've done in my life because, I'd just be dwelling on the fucking past. Mistakes happen. And as hard and as difficult it is we have to get over it. It's not an easy thing. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say, but it's not easy to do. But once you figure it out, once you go through it, once you realize you need to let it fucking go, and you do let it go, your life significantly fucking changes. It fucking grows. All right. You become this other person that you didn't think you could become. Because that's one of those main things is, our life changes on a regular fucking basis. We just don't notice it until we have those moments and times where like, oh yeah, this is a lot easier now. Life's not as difficult as it was. It's just one of those things, like we all have to fucking go through it. We all have to deal with it. We all have to push fucking forward. It just is what it fucking is. But it's understanding, you know what I'm saying? Like really let shit go. Don't fucking worry about it anymore. It's a mistake you made and there's nothing you can do in your life to fucking change it. All you can do is learn from it, grow from it, and become better than it. The greatest part of victory in people's lives and growing in this way is understanding that you're better now. You're not the person you used to be. You're not holding yourself back. You're not forgetting the past, but also too you're not dwelling on the past. That's one of the main things that we need to learn and to understand. Like I said, I have these emotions, I have these feelings, I have these waves that rush over me every so often of just remembering the bullshit that I did. And because I remember that bullshit that I fucking did, it makes me feel horrible. But also, too, I realize it, I understand what I'm fucking doing, and I remember I'm better than that now. I'm no longer that person. And because I'm no longer that person, I don't have to deal with that shit. Life is fucking crazy. It absolutely is. And it's going to throw you a curveball here and there. It's going to put you on your fucking ass. It's going to knock you on your fucking face. It's going to do everything to fuck you up. But it's understanding that you can push forward through it, push past it, learn from it, change from it, grow from it, and evolve from it. You know, life isn't easy. It's not meant to be. It's meant to forge you into the person that you're going to become. When you're older and you get a certain age, you're just like, okay, this is what it's about. It's time to enjoy. It's time to just fruits of my fucking labor. I've gone through the bullshit and now I'm here. Life is good and life is happy. You know, like I said, I've gone through all these trials and tribulations in my life, and I always share all my experiences here. And the reason I shared those experiences is because I want to make sure people understand that they're not alone, that they understand that this happens to everybody. You know what I'm saying? All the emotions and confusion and feelings you get from the situations you go through. Like I said, you're not the only fucking one. You're not alone in this world feeling the way you feel, thinking the way you're fucking thinking, and putting yourself through the same fucking shit and trauma and bullshit that's going on in life. This is a thing. It happens. And because it happens and because you got to go through these things, you need to understand these things. Life is difficult, but you got to work through it. You got to manage it. You got to push through it and understand that you can get through it. You know, if someone like me can really not figure out life, but get a grasp on it and have an understanding of what I need in my life and in my world and get that clear fucking picture, you can do it too. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get through the rough patches. You know, it sucks at the moment, but guess what? You'll get better at the end. That's just how it fucking goes. That's just the story of the world. All right. Nothing is easy. Everything is fucking hard. But you got to work. You got to earn this life. You got to understand that, you know, things will come your way, but it's okay. Don't stress on it. Take a breath. Look what needs happening, and then you get through it. That's just what it is. All right. Like I said, these are just the words that I want to make sure that people understand is don't let the past hold you fucking back. Work through your emotions, work through your feelings, recognize them, understand them, and then also understand that that's not who you are now. That's who you was. That person can stay in the past because now you're the person in the future. And the person you are right now is enough. The person you are right now is doing exactly what they need to do to get shit fucking done, to push fucking forward, to fucking become the person that they're going to become in the future. Like I said, mistakes happen, but you learn from them. You push through them. You know, like I said, understand you're not the only one in the world suffering or struggling or feeling these emotions or feeling these feelings or having this cloud of confusion because you just don't understand. The answer will fucking come. It always fucking does. You just need to take a deep breath, understand that you're strong enough. So guess the fuck what? This is the Angry Motherfucking Dad. You want to watch my shit? YouTube. You want to listen to a Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Rate, review, like, subscribe, all that fucking bullshit. I really appreciate it. I'm also part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network, group of powerful podcasters out there sharing their shit. That is innercirclepn.com. We'll take it to every one of our websites, every one of our shows, all that fucking good shit. We have shows as the Plunge, Failing Hollywood, Simmons and More, The Untrained Eye, The Hood Diner. Shit happens when you party naked, so make sure you check it the fuck out. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Always living, always living, always living, always living, always living, always living.